GM fam, my name's Minty. Welcome to the show, and thank you for watching. And thank you for watching my last video, by the way. I had 200 plus views, which was really unexpected and very humbling. So thank you so much. It's so great to see all the DGens out there feeling the love. So thank you so much. And if you do like my videos, definitely give it a like, subscribe if you can. I'd love to pour out so much more content and share with you guys. Today, I want to talk about the VIP meeting coming up, and also I was doing some prep work on it and found a document that was shared by one of our community members, Haichi or Hai Shai or Hichi. I don't know how to pronounce it, bud, but thank you so much for sharing that document, and it went a long way for helping me prepare for this video. I took a few highlights from the document. There's some things that I agree, some things I don't agree. And I kind of wanted to share it with everyone here and sort of prep not only ourselves for what might be talked about at the meeting, but also prep Candy. And hopefully they can respond to some of the questions that I allude to in the video, and also maybe some of the ideas. So without further ado, there's a few things that I am not looking for from Candy that have been mentioned here and there in Discord and so on. So 3 things I'm not looking for Candy to do is offer more cash handouts, freebies, reimbursements, particularly for VIP members. I don't think that's really fair either, but also I'm not looking for a freebie or a handout. I really just want Candy to be successful, and maybe by giving away money, that's probably not the best thing to do at this moment in time. So keep your cash, Candy. I think there's other ways to benefit from your success once we get there, right? So that's one thing I've noticed. Number 2 is physicals with NFTs. Not looking for this either. I feel like NFTs really should be standalone for the majority of the case. I'm totally fine with doing it here and there, having a physical. Maybe there's a certain set that always has a physical, but there's other majority of the other sets are NFT only or NFT with some other utility, right? So not looking for physicals to be combined with the NFTs. I don't think that's necessary. The NFT is valuable in its own right, and possibly even more valuable than the physicals in due time. So not looking for that. Also, number 3, I'm not looking for utility. A lot of people are mentioning, oh, there should be more utility. We should get more freebies, or there's more sweepstake entries. I don't know what the utility is in your eyes, but I'm not looking for that for the NFTs. Again, very similar to the physical. I think NFTs can stand alone on their own. And in the future, there will be utility naturally, because you'll be able to share it on social media. It's on the blockchain. It's already kept on the ledger for you. People know who owns the NFT. You also have the marketplace, and just being able to show off your digital collection in a showcase or something. That's utility as well. So I think NFTs, as we get further and further into the future and technology advances, and some apps and other things come out that really adopt NFTs and leverage the advantages that they have, I think NFTs will shine in their own right and have that natural utility on their own. But that said, I do have a idea. If you stick around for the end of the video, I'm curious what everyone's thoughts. I know I haven't run this by anyone yet, but I'm going to actually share it with you guys today in this video and see what you guys think. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if it's a bad idea. I'd love to discuss it with you guys. in the Discord. So stay tuned for that idea. And we'll see. But as far as, so those are the things that I'm not looking for from Candy. To, I'm not looking for handouts, not looking for physicals, not looking for utility, and it's, for every single thing, right? But what are we looking for? What are the questions that we have on Fanatics and digital taking over? I want some of these questions answered. Fanatics is leaving, so what does Candy lose or gain from that departure? So really would like to know if there's any really severe disadvantages now or clear advantages too. So I'd love to have that question answered. Also would love to get some communication from Galaxy Digital and what they feel they can bring to the table. I feel like there hasn't been any PR from them regarding the takeover just yet, or if something just recently came out, I haven't been paying attention enough. But would love to hear from them. Another thing is, what is the plan to continue engagement with MLB and MLB teams? Does the loss of Fanatics make this more difficult? And how is Candy's current relationship with MLB? So a few questions on, how the partnership is, and can Candy still interview Anthony Rizzo and all this stuff? I hope that advantage is still there, and it didn't have to do with Fanatics specifically. Also, what's the length of the video license that Candy has, and is really their only saving grace as far as licenses are concerned, and being able to create the content? So how long does that last, and how do we think we're going to use it? So those are a lot of things regarding the Fanatics and digital taking over now. The other questions are purely on growth of the company. What's Candy's business model? How are they going to be profiting? How are they going to be making money? What's their plan? So questions like that. Also, customer acquisition, retention, how we're going to grow users. Do they have any data that they could share with us, or information behind the scenes? That would be awesome. Or maybe even goals that they're striving for, and realistic goals that they believe they can achieve would be interesting to hear. So those are a lot of the questions. As far as like requests from collectors like myself or other VIP, or in general, anyone that's Candy collector or believer, some of the requests that I would ask is lower pack prices, especially when it came to the leadoff vaulted series. That was really kind of severely misjudged on how valuable those were, and it was almost I don't know. I feel like we weren't really being true. You guys weren't really being truthful to yourselves when you came out with some videos on how great it's going to be and all that stuff. We can see through all that as collectors, and when we dig into the numbers and the percentages and what the odds are, how much a pack might be. So really looking forward to more reasonable pack prices and less cash grab sort of pack drops. And on that note, I'm also looking for less reactive responses from Candy and more proactive responses or approaches. So this is going to require a lot more planning for Candy, and definitely communication with users. Maybe even having like the VIP console. I know we're having this meeting. And we're going to talk a lot about the takeover and everything, but future meetings on sets and things, and just trying to feel out if collectors might be hurt by a certain, just like we were in the leadoff series when Titans came out. And then another tier called the Inks that are possibly coming out. We'll see what happens with the challenge and the burn, but we don't want to hurt our collectors and the ones that have bought in, just with something else that's another stepping stone, and it could have been fully avoided by just better communication up front. Knowing how the set's going to work out ahead of time, communicating that, and kind of keeping it a lot less complex, I think, is also a strategy I would want Candy to take on. So a more proactive approach, please. That'd be awesome. The other thing too that other people have mentioned is being more all hands on deck with MLB and sort of putting the other collections, candy collections, to the side, such as the wrestling and the NASCAR, even Netflix stuff. All really cool and amazing what they've been able to do with those collections. But MLB really is the flagship and the make or break for Candy, in my opinion. And maybe just doing lesser with those, adding more resources to MLB, if at all possible. Curious what other people's thoughts are on that, but I think that's a great idea. And then even if you are a collector with those other ones, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world either. There could still be sets that keep going on, and that they pursue, but just maybe not as intense or as just not as intense as MLB, right? So the other thing too, which is also top of mind, especially when you have a transaction like this with Fanatics leaving, is it kind of, and also with crypto kind of being in a winter right now and things not looking as up, our own wallets, even if it's not immediately, we still need a plan. We need a roadmap. We need to know when we can get NFTs in our own wallets and have control over them. Otherwise, if Candy goes under in the end, and this hasn't been done yet, technically we could not own any NFTs, and it's really just kind of lost. And that would be an absolute devastating thing to happen. And I feel a lot of other people that are very anxious about that. And I would just say, I'm happy to give you time, Candy, as far as getting this done, but we should have a plan. We should have a roadmap as soon as possible to kind of put people at ease, and then follow through with that roadmap and not have delays. So put a realistic roadmap together. Let's not have any delays when it comes to it, and get things done. Because that is a really big worry in a lot of people's minds. So those are the biggest things that I want to either ask Candy or inform them about as far as a collector's mindset, what we're interested and what we're hoping that Candy follows through on. And then I promised to talk about, a big idea or a new idea, or just an idea that I haven't shared with anyone yet. But just kind of curious on your thoughts. Galaxy Digital is a Web3 company. And when a lot of people think of Web3 and some of the NFTs, I think of Bored Apes. I think of Artifacts with Nike, and some, other 10K collections, so to speak. And, when everyone's talking about utility and all that stuff, there is utility in those bigger blue chip projects, which would be really cool if Candy could adopt in some form or fashion. Now, the cards themselves don't need the utility. Not every single NFT should have the utility, because the NFT, it is a digital collectible in the end of it, right? Just like when you're thinking about the physical world, there's no utility with any of those cards. It's cardboard. The only utility you get is showing it off in your showcase at home, or maybe a picture on Instagram, right? But with the NFT, you could showcase it to the world. Social media, it's on the blockchain. You do have utility in its own right. Um, and but what if there was a 10K collection, and let's say, and I'm not talking about a money grab. I don't want to be charged another dime for this collection. But folks that there's always stuff brought up about the candy jerseys. There's always stuff brought up about the Lou Gehrig's that are out there, and the stadiums, and sort of kind of um, they're kind of dropped, and then nothing ever happened with them again. But those were our earliest collectors, so to speak, and maybe we can somehow figure out a way to reward those collectors with um, you know I don't know what it will be, but like a generative NFT of some sort, limit it to 10,000. Maybe it's one Lou to get in. Maybe it's 3 stadiums. Maybe it's 10 jerseys. I don't know. I'm just bringing it up. But at the end of it, you can have an NFT project, a Web3 NFT project that's doesn't involve, it doesn't have anything to do with the baseball cards that we're collecting. Those are on the on the side. This is more in line with the Web3 NFT sort of community, or project that we're kind of accustomed to with Bored Apes and such. You can have, and Candy can have royalties on the NFT. So if someone trades or whatever, they could still earn income. And also, maybe this is, if you own these NFTs, it's almost like a VIP program where maybe that's who gets more memorabilia raffles or tickets to games. So you take that kind of piece out, or the sweepstakes sort of piece out of the card packs, and the complexity of all that, by the way, out of the card packs and out of the challenges, and sort of put it into a Web3 NFT collection, which also, I would definitely want to be a part of it. And I don't own any Lous. I don't own any jerseys, or excuse me, stadiums, but I do have a few jerseys. But I'm just putting it out there because that'd be a really cool project, one that I'd want to be involved with. You could have airdrops. You can bring on more people as time goes on into the collection. And as data provides, you can get tickets. Maybe there's displays you can send out to people. There's more, a lockdown Discord where there's raffles and things going on. A project that comes to mind is actually the Royal Player Society, which was it was basically playing cards that were minted into NFTs, and then they would have really cool prizes at first. Now it ended up not being sustainable, and practically, it's still definitely a thing, but it's not nearly as sought after, because there's only so much they can do now. But with Candy and the MLB partnership, now Fanatics is gone now, so that we might have lost some partnership or memorabilia sort of thing or advantage, but there still might be, we still might get free tickets without spending money, or whatever can be done to sort of have some perks. Maybe that's offered to this NFT utility collection. So again, putting it out there, I might get a lot of flack for it. Might get a lot of other ideas from it. Really just wanted to share it and just see what you guys are thinking. I can go either way. It doesn't have to happen. And, but it could be cool. We have to talk it through. So I hope we do that. And, I really, am happy to see a lot of the, preparation done, especially by the guys that did this, this roundtable document, just to get ready for this meeting. It shows that we have a lot of passion and ideas to go around. So really happy to be part of this community, and looking forward to the meeting on Wednesday. So anyways, hope you liked it. I'm Mitzi. And that's my take.